Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome. We are back with part two of our Rebuilding Roma stream. If you caught us on Tuesday, Monday and Tuesday really, we did a little bit of a preview on Monday. It's been very average. We haven't lost a game yet. We've played 6 or 7 games over 3 seconds. We are undefeated, but we have had an awful lot of draws. So on Monday we did a little test stream. It's been over a year since I've been streaming last. So I want to do a little test stream just to make sure that everything is as it should be. We did play this first game of the season where we drew 2-2 with AC Milan. We ended the stream there in preparation for Tuesday was the proper sort of, I don't know if you want to call it a relaunch perhaps, of the streaming. Our first game kicked off with a 3-1 victory at home to Juventus. We followed that up with a 2-2 draw against Napoli, followed by a 1-1 draw with Venezia, followed by a 2-2 draw against Lille in the Europa League, followed by a 2-2 draw with Parma in the league, and finally finished off with a 3-1 victory against Como in the league as well. So I did a little bit of fast forward in the background, and instead of coming out of that game where we ended the stream, I skipped through and getting ready now for this next game against Bologna, which was only a couple of days away. We see if we look at the calendar, we can see facing Bologna here, but we did play against Como just a couple of days ago in the calendar. So we are getting ready to kick off against Bologna. Let's jump over to the main screen here. Alex Spurs, good evening and welcome, my friend. It has been a very long time. Thank you very much for joining. I hope you're keeping well. Were you watching the game on Wednesday night? I must admit, I've only seen a little tiny bit of it myself. But very good result in the next round, facing against Man United, I believe. Let me just adjust my mic a little bit here. Should be fine. But I appreciate seeing you. I haven't seen you, as I say, in a very long time. It's been over a year since I've been streaming. So we're kicking off with a new game against Roma. Roma are my second team, as well as obviously Spurs, as you will know. And they're just desperate at the minute. They can't barely buy a win. They're struggling for form. It just looks like a shambles at the club at the minute. New save, yes. I think am I being a little bit glitchy here? I think. New save only 6, 7 games into the season. I've won 2 games and I've drawn the rest. It's been a little bit of a frustrating start for this one, so it has. But yeah, as I say, trying to sort of a bit of a rebuild really with Roma. I did disable the first transfer window, so we haven't been able to bring in any new signings. I'm going to play until January with the current existing squad with all the database updates and everything downloaded. So it is the squad as it is in real life. And then in January, we're going to look to see what sales and what purchases we can do for players to try and improve the squad. Can I pick a different team, man? Seeing the next game. Sorry, I've just seen that. Just seen your comment there after we've already clicked next. Whenever we're going to the next match after this one, yeah, absolutely, you can pick the side. Let's get underway here. Playing with Paulo Dybala up front because he seems to be the only man who can score goals. Dovbyk at the minute is he's brutal in front of goal for me, which is a little bit frustrating as well. It's a little bit laggy, which I'm not pleased with. I think we're settling on a wee bit here. So playing against Bologna. Bologna are currently 9th in the league. They are only 2 points behind us. If they were to beat us, they would actually go ahead of us. I'm not sure where that would put us in terms of the league, because there are a few games. We're only a few games on this. Say 6 league games, won the cup. Dybala has stolen the ball just inside his own half. He's got the whole half of pitch they're onto. It's gone far too wide for a start, and he's absolutely blazed that over the bar. Big deep cross on the back, cleared by Ndicka. He's going to pick up this ball. He's actually going to make a run with it. He's going all the way up the touchline into the far end. Finds Cristante. He's having to go from distance. Oh my word, what a finish. What an incredible strike. Cristante in this game just does not score simple goals. The FC25, I don't, um, the FC games, the FIFA games, whatever they call now, FC25 and that, it's something I stopped playing a long time. It just doesn't interest me anymore. Long time ago, probably nearly 20 years ago, I think 04 or 06 was the last one I had. But also don't have a games console. So I'm just purely a PC player now. So I wouldn't have the even my nephew who's now 22. Well, is that over the bar? Is that offside? Even my nephew's 22 years of age now, and he doesn't even play it, and he used to play it all the time. He plays Football Manager now as well. We get Sod cutting inside, looking for Cristante. He's going for distance again. That one's over the bar. Cristante only scores 25-yard bangers, but he also misses an awful lot of them too. Angelino going down the left wing. Can he get a cross ends? Going deep in the back post, looking for Sule. He's up, can't win the header. Sod picks up loose ball, cuts it back into Paredes. He's looking for the through ball to Zalewski. He's gone too wide. It was offside. It wasn't offside. It's a corner kick. Pellegrini to whoop it in. He's looking for the edge of the box actually. Can't find his man there. I think that was Cristante on the edge. It was Sule actually. But he just tripped his man and gave away a free kick. That's great. Cristante also carrying a booking here. I've just seen on a yellow card. Looks for Paredes. He's going to go for distance. And it's another absolute banger. Paredes is another man who only scores bangers. Incredible strike from distance. Cristante tucks it around to Paredes. Moves it inside. Well, what's that, about 22 yards? 21, 22 yards out. Absolutely drills it into the far corner. What an incredible finish. Paredes finds Sule. He's going to go up the wing. He's going to take on his man. He gets past him. Holds up the ball. The game freezes. What's going on? It's just paused. Okay. Back to Cristante. Going from outside the box, but he's blazed it over the bar. Which is not a surprise. Dybala's having a go. So apologies, I'm trying to do a couple of things on the PC here as well at the same time. Dybala's having a go, but it's gone wide. So if we can hold on to a win, this will take us up into 4th in the league. All our results dependent, of course. Let's close that out. Nice interception from Angelino. Looking for Zalewski up the wing. Finds him, goes back to the ball. It's at the post. Like the Sod, finds Cristante. He's going for distance again. There's a decent save in there by the goalkeeper. It's up in the air, but Skorupski is that. Holds on the ball. Cristante loses the ball far too easily to Ferguson there. It goes back. Nice interception for Pellegrini. Is he going to look for the through ball? He's going to look wide for Sule. Cuts back inside. Gives it back to Pellegrini, who keeps going on the run. It's a nice finish. That was a tidy finish from Pellegrini. This is a nice upturn given recent games. It's nice to see us comfortably leading. Up then to Ndeka in the near post, but it's gone over the bar. So we're streaming. We just started streaming there at about just shortly before 4:30. I'm not sure what time we're going to be going on to. Very happy with the way things are going. Keep it up. Except for you, Dybala. You're playing really terribly. By your own standard. So yeah, we will be playing until whenever basically the wife phones and says she needs a lift home. She is on a works night out. One of her work colleagues is moving into a new role, so they're having a little bit of a celebration. I wonder if I can take Dybala out and put in Dovbyk. It's into the front post, cleared by Eric. Is that Eric Garcia? It's back to Paredes and edge of the box. Finds Sule. He's having a go from distance. Keeper saves it. Comes in again. Ball's cleared. So we're approaching the hour mark. Let's make some changes. We're playing very well. There's a few fitness concerns here. Maybe we could look to make a few changes. So we'll maybe switch it up like this. Paredes is playing well, right? So Pellegrini's struggling. Let's put Baldanzi into his favorite position. Let's put Dovbyk in up front. Hopefully we might see the big Ukrainian score. Cristante is carrying a booking, so we'll bring him out, even though he's playing well. Anybody at the back? Probably Angelino. Samuel Dahl, let's give you some minutes. And we'll save our final sub for a little bit later. Uh, 20 minutes to go. What are the fitness levels like? Paredes is struggling. Zaleski looking for the far post. Finds Sule. And he makes it 4. It's his first goal for the club, is it? It is. That's nice. And he is struggling for fitness. As is Zaleski. As is Paredes. Sule, I'm just about to hook you out as well. Maybe we'll keep Sule in. Put in Manini or we put in Pisili? I'm going to put in Pisili, you know. Give him a little run out. Because he has a hot property. It's a good save by Svilar. Oh, goes left, comes back across, and Dika steps into cleared. Baldanzi looking to go long for Dovbyk, can't find him. Nice interception by Sod. So we're on 13 points. Ah, Football Manager has crashed. I'm about to lose a 4-0. God damn it. We're doing well there. We got as far as 75 minutes. 75 minutes in the game. We're winning 4-0. And Football Manager throws up a bloody crash. This, for example. We got one of these. So I'm going to have to send crash report. Okay. So we will recommence Football Manager momentarily. That's really frustrating. I'll never understand why the game does that. I will be right back in a few minutes whilst that's loading up. And we're back. I'm going to take a little stop there as the post also arrived with the credit card, which is wonderful. So yeah, we're doing well there. It's 75 minutes, 4-0 up, and now we're going to replay the match again. So, it's gone back to a couple of days ago. I was sure. I've obviously not saved this since. But what do we do? Here we go. Anyway, we're back to it. I'm just replying to a message on Twitter there from someone. So anyway, we're back to streaming. We're back to pre-kickoff against Bologna. I'm just going to stick with the same. Take out Enzo Lefebvre because he's a long-term injury. Stick with the same team. We really should have maybe simulated that game just for the sake of trying to get a result from it, but it's fine. Let's just play on. Pick up where you left off. He is immediately getting sent off. 11. Oh, he's not even. I thought 100%. I thought he was getting sent off there. 11 seconds in. There's a cross coming in. Sule. Oh, ball's cleared. Cristante finds Don Zalewski on the wing, cuts it back to Angelino. Looks to find Zalewski again. It's a weak shot on the turn. That means Cristante's banging goal and Paredes' banging goals are just void now. It's like they don't even exist. That was a good effort from Carson. We'll see, best feeler. But that is a little bit frustrating because we were dominating Bologna in the first game. Cleared by Mancini. Zaleski picks up this ball, finds a nice pass to Sule. Taking on his man on the wing. Cuts it back inside, finds, I'm not sure, Zalewski I think it was. Goes wide to Angelino. Can he get a ball on to Zalewski? It's in. It's taking a deflection. Deflection is taking it away from the goalkeeper. But it counts. They all count. It's a nice pass forward. Well cut out by Mancini. Finds Sov, finds Paredes. Looks wide right to Sule. Gonna go up that line again. He likes taking on the fullback. Finds back to Pellegrini. He's looking for Cristante. He's going at it from distance again. And Skorupski, I think he's called. I can't remember how you pronounce it. Has cleared it. It's a dramatic clearance by Ferguson. Back to Pellegrini. Paredes from the edge of the box, but it's over the bar. It's not a great finish. Skorupski. Łukasz Skorupski. Why am I having so much difficulty saying that? Further in possession here. Goes all the way back to the goalkeeper. Make sure Book came out. Carson now. There's definitely a foul there. giving us a corner. There was an advantage played, so we give a corner. Look at Giannis. The cross in the back post, cleared by Mancini, I think. Villar comes and claims it. It's good goalkeeping. Rolls it out to Ndika. Goes back to Villar. Paredes comes short looking for it. Goes to Ndika again. Cristante Paredes. Cristante finds the ball. He's in Zalewski. He's looking for a through ball, and they Dybala goes wide left. Can I get a cross in? Lifts it high into the back post. What an incredible goal! An incredible first touch from Sule. Not sure what kind of magic that was, but Dybala goes into the corner. That's a high cross, scoops it out. Sule seems to take it, control it on the turn, killing the ball on the spot. Puts it nicely into the path of his right foot shot, and it's a goal. So 2-0. Well, I think we were 3-0 at halftime, first time round, but Saw just easily dispossesses Carlson there. It's a back to Mancini. He's looking to find the ball. I can't get it over the defender. Pellegrini looks wide right to Sule. Made a nice pass, a great pass on the Sule. It's into Dybala. It's 4-0. 3-0, 4-0. It's 3-0. Sule, Zalewski, and now Dybala. Yeah, 3-0. That's a nice pass from Pellegrini. Great vision. And Sule goes into the byline. Looks for Dybala, and a nice simple, just little. It just kind of lifts it over the goalkeeper. It's a nice finish. Rolls it out to Pobega. Bukema looks for Pobega again. Moves the ball forward into Dillinga. Carson's having a go first time. And Villar saved that. That's actually a save. Okay. A couple of eBay items there I'm looking at. I'm just distracted slightly. So 3-0 at halftime, same as we were the first time round. So maybe I'm looking at the Bologna players. They're all knackered. They have very little energy left in them by the look of it. What a 45. We've blown them away. We have. We've done well. So let's see if we can pile on the pressure. I'm expecting at least a 4-0. I know Cristante and Paredes haven't scored in this one, and can't remember who scored the other one. Sule giving away a cheap free kick. So now finds Paredes, looks for Cristante, looks wide for Zalewski, cuts it back in on his right foot. He's having a go. That's Zalewski. What a finish. Let's see that again. So it finds Paredes, plays an outside foot pass to Cristante, who does the same to find Zalewski. It's given far too much room to cut it back onto his stronger right foot. And just from the edge of the box, curls it on. Very nice finish. Nah, no suspicion of offside there. There's actually two players playing him on. But the little turn inside is what made the goal. It made him all the space they needed. Look at Giannis. Now the cross silence cleared by Cristante, picked up by Pellegrini. What's he going to do? He's literally got 5 men chasing him. Finds the ball, who plays a nice pass down to Zalewski, who's getting to the byline. Cross wasn't quite good enough. It was caught out by the defender. Zalewski should not have got on the end of that pass. Cambiaggi now going down our right hand side, so it can't get there to cut him out. Paredes did not make a challenge, but the man went down. We might need to look at fitness levels now shortly. And maybe a little bit of rotation. We're 4-0 up. We're comfortable now at this stage. We can bring in the likes of Basili and Baldanzi and Dal as well. Actually, in fact, that's exactly what we're going to do. So, Pellegrini, we'll give you a rest. Right, first of all, Angelino. We'll bring in Samuel Dahl for a debut. Dovbek, see if we can't get you a goal. Baldanze, we'll bring you in for Pellegrini. And did I bring in Kone yet? I'll leave Cristante in for now. Confirm that. So 67 minutes in. It's a nice pass to Baldanze. Can I cut it back? Looks for Sully on the edge of the box. Finds Cristante. That's 5. Get in. Paredes, I'm going to bring you out because you are struggling. And I'm going to put in Basile. It's a nice finish by Cristante, right on the penalty spot, more or less. Yes, let's make that change. Sule struggling, Zalewski struggling, Cristante struggling a little bit. We'll maybe bring in Salamakers. Maybe bring in. Dupik gets his first goal. Get on. Big Ukraine wasn't even paying attention. Completely missed that one. We'll bring in El Shaarawy. So Samuel Dahl plays a short free kick. Basile and Dahl both involved, and Baldanze. It's a nice turn. The defender makes a tackle, but the ball falls to Dubik, who makes a first time finish and actually puts it in the postage stamp. So we'll bring in El Shaarawy now for Zalewski. Zalewski's had a very good game. El Shaarawy has not really played too much for us. So nice to give him some minutes too, especially when we're 6-0 up. Maybe if the game had crashed before we played those previous games, we might not have drew so many of them. Mancini back to Ndika. It's well played. Finds Basile in midfield. Looks left for El Shaarawy, who's carrying an injury. Finds Basile. Finds Baldanze. 1-2. Looks for Sule. Goes to Sod. Another return. An outside left foot pass. Cross, really. But Dubik heads it over. Potential knee injury for El Shaarawy. Looks to be able to play on. He's got less than 5 minutes. El Shaarawy now doubled up. Dahl finds Cristante. Looks inside for Basile. Looks for Baldanze, who finds Sule coming in. Oh my word. That was unlucky. Sule with a big deep cross on the back post, but Skorupski holds on to it. 3 players in midfield there really struggling on fitness. That's the strangest throw I've ever seen. Can I actually get a replay of that? It was without doubt the strangest highlight, the strangest throw-in ever seen in a game. 3 days. Sule on form. It's grand. I need to see this again. No, I don't know what happened. He just threw it out. So Sod receives the ball. So I might be a little bit further on here. So I think this is it. So Sod Abdulhamid here on the right touchline. About to take a throw in. Sod throws it and just throws it out. Maybe it was time wasting. Maybe it was just weird. Who knows? But hilarious clip though. That's our biggest ever one. Well, that's pleasing. Important dates in October. Cristante came second with his goal, which was an incredible goal in the charts. And we play a cup game next here. We play on the cup, I don't remember. FC20 in the Europa. That'll be interesting. Actually, that'll be a tough game. Still in the old format, because we have the data update and we haven't jumped forward a year. We're still in the old format for the Europa League. So it is a group stage we're playing, which is fine. It's only for one season. So we play the group stage and then we will be into the new format next season. SC20. We are away in this game first. There will be some rotation. What rotation that is? Mancini wants a new contract. I don't really want to give you a new contract yet. Ask Pellegrini to resolve. Discuss new contract. Fine. Fine. And I have to offer him a new contract because if I instruct my director of football to discuss new contract, he will get upset. Because this seems to be some kind of bug. How much is it on demand? What have I got available? I'll just give you 120. He is one of the senior most players. He is vice captain. You know, there are probably other players earning similar amounts that are of less importance to the team. So yeah. Samuel Dahl is not registered, which I definitely forgot about. So we'll put Hummels in for Indica. Put Baldanzi in here. I'll put Manicone in for Cristante. Yes, let's change left back. Angelino. Maybe the next Empoli in 1, 2, 3, 4 days time. Do you know what? Maybe I'll keep Angelino in, and then I can put in Hermoso against the other guys. Empoli. I already forgot who it was. I want you to pick up where you left off. Yes, I do. Of course, we have the Europa League music. That's just going to play on while we kick off. But that's fine. It's nice. It's actually a little bit weird now that that's still going. So we're in the Europa League, in case you can't tell, against SC20. All goes wide left, but to their right, they Van Bergen. It's inside the Fuller. Nice interception from Zalewski. Looks for Baldanzi, finds Sule. He goes to the byline yet again. Big cross into the back post, finds Paredes. Keeper saves it. Back to Zalewski, finds Sod. Maybe I should have put on Ziggy Chilik, you know. Zalewski finds Paredes. They find Baldanzi with a nice ball through to Sule. That's a good save from the goalkeeper. It's a nice pass from Baldanzi. Paredes whips in, but the keeper comes and holds on to it. Paredes now with a free kick, looks to Baldanzi, looks for Sule. And it's in our corner. Baldanzi picks up the loose ball, goes back to Paredes. He's having a go. He's trolling it into the bottom corner. Get on, Paredes. Ball's cleared. Baldanzi picks up the loose ball. First time pass back to Paredes. Cuts in on his right foot. Goes from distance into the far corner and beats a keeper. Get in. Oh, pardon me. Fuller with a free kick, and Spheler had it covered. And take a short goal kick, goes left to Angelino. So on the bad line. Don't they have a player off the side of the pitch at the minute? Big deep cross into Sule, 2-0, get on. Angelino did all the hard work there, literally ran the length of the pitch. Kind of unchallenged, only really one man marking him, not really getting close enough. Certainly not that close down the cross, and chips in a big deep cross to the back post. Nicholas Sule, or Matthias Sule, I should say, is there to head home. It's really well played by Angelino. Delighted by that. Looking for Sule again down this right hand side. Cuts it back to Baldanzi. Looks for Sod. Abdelhamid calls it back to Baldanzi. He's involved again. There's a little bit of a ricochet roaming around there. Looks for Zalewski on the left this time. He's having a go. I thought that hit the crossbar. United City, thank you very much for the follow. I do appreciate it. Thank you very much. Welcome in. And Cassie? Oh, damn. United City's just rated me with 53 viewers. Thank you very much, Kevin. I appreciate it an awful lot. Thank you very much. It's how's the save going? It was going very average there for a little while. I think 8 games in now, having drawn 6 of them. So we weren't losing. We won the first out of the first 7 games. I won 2 and drew 5. But I just played Bologna in the first game today now. We won that 6-0 actually. We absolutely thumped Bologna. So we're doing just a little bit of an update. We're trying to rebuild. We're trying to save Roma. In real life, Roma are just in a desperate situation at the minute, and they've already sacked their manager. It looks like Juric could be in a little bit of trouble. They got a nice one last night now against Torino in the cup, but Roma are they're a mess in real life at the minute, and I've been following them for a few years now, and I'm well aware of what's going on. We're just downloaded all the database updates and everything, and just trying to start a new game to rebuild Roma, I should say. But we have disabled the first transfer window as well, so that stopped me from going and buying any players. I thought I'll give all the players an opportunity to feature and see how they get on. So it'll be a bit of a clean slate for everybody, and then come January we'll look and see what options there are. But thank you very much, the United City. It's been a long time since I've been streaming myself, and it's been a long time since I've been watching anybody stream. And I know you're one of the guys that I would have watched fairly often when working from home and stuff. So thank you very much for the raid, and thank you everybody that's coming as well, and for the follows as well. There's a few there. GB32FM, Reese, D-Boy. Thank you very much. Massively appreciate it. So does. Especially to you. I mean, this is only it's been over a year since I've been streaming. This is only the second time I've been streaming since then, and the first was just on Tuesday. So it's massively appreciated. Hope you're all enjoying it. Hope you're all having a good day as well. I'm looking forward to the weekend as well, of course. Yeah, as I say, we're doing a little bit of a rebuild here with Roma. I would normally just do this I run a blog as well. I have a website that I do blogs in. I would do some rebuilds on that, and a little bit on YouTube. But I haven't done that on. I haven't done a rebuild or anything like that on a stream, on a Twitch stream or YouTube stream. Actually, ever. Come to think of it, it's only been streaming a short time. So I thought this was an opportunity to try something new and see how we get on. Baldanzi can grow into a monster. I'm certainly hoping so. He is a good player. Like in real life, I do like him. I know he's still only young. I think he's 21 in real life now. So I'm hoping they. I mean, he will be the successor to Dybala. Although Dybala is playing as a striker now at the minute. Baldanzi is very much. I see him as that kind of player, and he's not really getting his opportunities under Juric in real life at the minute. It's a little bit frustrating. Mostly sub appearances. But I'm hoping in game certainly I can turn him into a key player. Matthias Sule is playing really well for me actually in this last couple of games. So it's good to see he's come on. But we're out here for a throw in. What are we? We're 55 minutes in. I'm going to have to have a look at the fitness levels. Zaleski's not playing well. Dybala's not playing well. We might change it up and go a little bit more attacking. We are playing more of a defensive minded 4-3-3 at the minute. Gonna go catch up with the missus and eat something. Enjoy the rest of your stream, mate. Kevin, thank you very much. Massively appreciate it, really do. Hope you and the missus enjoy your dinner. Friday night takeaway. You must get a takeaway. It's a rule in my house. No, if I came home on a Friday night, sorry, I whacked the mic there. If I came home on a Friday night with a takeaway, whilst my wife would enjoy it, I'd probably get scolded. But it's just part and parcel, isn't it? I'm not really paying a lot of attention to the game here. FC20 are actually playing really well now. Maybe I need to make some changes here. But yes, thank you again, Ken. I appreciate it massively. Have yourself a good weekend as well. So we'll have a look here and see if we can make some changes. They bring in Shomurodov or they bring in Dubik. Dubik did score in the last game. Sure, always carrying a little bit of a knock. We'll bring in Shomurodov on the left wing. Defensively, we're doing alright. I'm going to change so as well because he is carrying another yellow card. So let's see if we can't put a little bit of pressure on here, maybe. Van Bergen's making a break forward. He's doing well here. Got a corner out of that. Corner back. I didn't see who that was. Cleared by. I think that was. I'm sure who cleared that. It's back in. Oh, it's not what we were expecting, boys. It's per showing there from the set piece. Ball's cleared first of all by somebody. I'm not even sure who that was there. It's not Ndika. Must have been Kone. But that's really poor from Zegicelik and Mancini. I would expect Mancini to do better there. That's disappointing on his part. We're going to change it up to go for our kind of more attacking. We'll bring Baldanzi in here. What our fitness levels like? Sule is struggling. We'll bring Salamakers in here. We'll keep that for now as it is. Salamakers did get off to a very good start with us. Scored a couple of goals in his first couple of games. Let's switch up to go very attacking. Can we get a cross in? Looks for Shomurodov. Finds Baldanzi, but saved by the goalkeeper. We have 20 minutes, lads. We need to do something. We bring in Cristante. I'm going to bring Cristante because Paredes is a struggle now too. Paredes is having an excellent game, mind you, playing a 7.9 as well. So he was. Let's see. It's big deep cross on the back post. It's clear. Shomurodov picks it up. We make a break up this wing. What's he going to? Can he get across? He cuts back in his right foot. Looks for Manu Kone. Finds Cristante. Goes back to Kone. Makes a nice break and he's going for it. That's unlucky. I feel like he could have done better there, but yeah, I think that was unlucky. Cristante only came on. He's already got a booking. Angelino now looking up the left wing for Shimarodov, finds Kone in the middle. Bring the ball forward to Salamakers, looks outside for Zeki Chelik. Gonna get a cross in. It's two big guys on the back post. Okay, it's a low cross. Shouldn't be putting it in the air for Dovbik and Shimarodov coming in. Angelino whips it on. Cleared. Cristante's having a go. It's over the bar. Cristante came on. I can't even see what that says. Almost cuts it out. Finds Shimarodov. He's going to go down the wing. He's going to cut back probably. No, he's going all the way. In the corner. That's. I don't even know how hard he smashed that cross. Absolutely drilled it. Mancini. Oh, making me nervous, boys. Communication. Chelik finds Salamakers. It's going to go. One's it back. Cristante looks for a nice pass into Baldanzi. Dovbik does what he does best and puts it wide. That's frustrating. It's really frustrating. Salamakers now looks for the pass to Baldanzi. Finds Shimarodov. It's going into the corner. He's just going to stand there and let the defender take it off him. Roma with a nice turn, a nice through ball. Gets past Zeki Chelik. Lammers having a go. That's a corner. It's a save. And it's a good save, first of all, from Svilar, but Lammers should not have had that room. Zeki Chelik should have either cut the ball out or got back to put him off. Ball's in from the corner, but it's over the bar by some guy. Svilar looking left for Angelino. Cuts inside the Kone, goes back to Mancini, who's not in any rush seemingly. Looks for Kone again. Mancini looks for Zeki Chelik on the right. He's going to move it forward, find Salamakers. He's going to take his man on. He's going to try. He gets it back somehow. Looks for Baldanzi with a nice ball, but that's too far for Dovbik to get on the end of. And the goalkeeper's just going to take his time. This is another draw. Salamakers just gives the ball away. That's the most. Keep saying something is the most frustrating thing in Football Manager, and they're always different things. But there are a number of things that are very frustrating, such as running into a player and just giving up the ball. Zeki Chelik cuts it back, can't get it. Cristante Kone cuts it out. Looks for Salamakers, who heads it forward. Salamakers is having a go, but it's over the bar. So many things that happen in Football Manager that just would not happen in real life, such as stopping and letting the opposition player take the ball and doing nothing about it, not trying to win it back or anything. That's another draw. That's frustrating. Thrash Arms, we should have won that. Players are all fired up. Well, at least we're top of the group. So the other two teams have obviously drawn as well, is that correct? All draws in the group, yeah. Let's see, Lille and Lask have also drawn. So, and we play Lask next in a couple of games' time. Then we play Lazio and Inter, and then we play Lask again. So we've got a little bit of a buffer zone here with Empoli and Cagliari that we should get some good results and give us a little bit of confidence. And then we play Lask, and then we have the derby, and we're drawn as the home side in that one. So hopefully we should do well. Touch wood. But yeah, that's a little bit frustrating. If you look at the results I've had this season, we drew against Milan, we beat Juventus, we drew in Napoli, we drew Venezia. I mean, draws with Milan and Napoli are still good results. How are the finances at Roma? I'll check now in just a wee second. The draws against Milan and Napoli are good results, but we had a draw, beat Juventus, draw with Napoli, draw with Venezia, draw with Lille, draw with Parma, we beat Como, we beat Bologna just before that game, and we've drawn again with SC20. Finances are not great. We have no spending money, which is pretty much what you should expect from Roma. and a 75k wage budget. So and again, that's part of why I decided to disable the first transfer window as well. Was I knew there wouldn't be much money, but it was more that I wanted to give the current players the opportunity to see how they go on. No place for Mancini in the Italy squad. I wanted to give the existing players an opportunity to kind of stake their claim and see how they get on, see how important they are to the team. But also because I couldn't afford to buy it. Well, I would have had to sell players and in order to bring money in, but there's not a lot of players at Roma right now that would sell for any great amount of money. So I kind of need to get them playing well to get their values up before I can. The likes of Paredes might only be worth 6 or 7 million. But if I can get him playing well and he's scored a couple of goals already, then come January he might be worth 10 to 15 million, hopefully. He entered Walter Benitez. You are actually a pretty good goalkeeper. Well, no, you're not actually looking at it. But and Mancini has just signed a new contract, so we have less money to spend on wages. We have 57k. Mine's Lazio a few FMs ago was constantly selling my best players to balance the books. In FM22, I think it was, I started a game with Lazio and I was the same, like luckily enough, Ciro Immobile scored goals for fun because that's just the way he was programmed. But I found that it's only really in the last kind of 18 months to 2 years that I've basically my wife and I had a trip to Rome a little over a year and a half ago, and we just fell in love with the place, and we did a stadium tour and all that kind of stuff, and then we didn't go to see Roma play, but we watched one of the matches on the TV one of the nights we were there, and that was just all in. And Mobile and Bloody always play ridiculous in the engine. They do, and I say because after that's when we went to Rome, start of last year, I found like I came home and started a football man. I've briefly touched on it. It's not something I advertise very much, but I have a website and I do blogs and that. And the first blog I'd done was a Roma 3-year career, and Tammy Abraham was just incredible for me throughout. And I felt really bad because Bloody was not getting games, but when Bloody did get minutes, Abraham didn't have a lot of injuries or anything. This is before he had his real life ACL. Abraham was scoring goals for fun, but Bloody would come in for 15-20 minutes at the end of a game or playing this match so we can rest Tammy for the next one, things like this. And Bloody scored goals. I think in the first or the second season, Bloody still scored like 15 goals for me. Bloody is a good player. There's definitely good in him. We're going to make. Did we play Zeki Celik? Did we start Celik in the last game? I think I did. We're playing against Empoli, so I'm going to bring in Hermoso in the left back. Other than that, we're just going to stick with our strongest team. So we'll go with that. But Immobile, I remember as well being just ridiculous. I remember playing a draft competition in FM22, and it was a competition where we were given a team. Like we didn't pick players, we didn't draft players or anything like that. We were given a team out of a draw, and I won the competition because I had Belotti. It was I think it was a group of 4 teams, 4 groups. So it was top 2, and then what's that, quarterfinal, semi-final, final, and in the space of what's that, you play 6 games, 7, 8, 9 games. I think Immobile scored like 13 goals or something like that. Belotti scored a ridiculous amount of goals in a short space of time. Let's see, Haas going to whip our free kick here. Ball's clear, but Malay picks it up again, looking in for the back post. It's a good header. I feel like Hermoso should have won that header. He's a tall defender too. We get the Ballotti, whip at a free kick. plays at the Ndicka, who looked like he was clearing it as opposed to passing it off. It looked like a clearance. But, well, we carry on. We're about 20 minutes in. Pellegrini. It's a nice tackle from Ndicka. Looks for Abdul Hamid. Finds Soule. Cuts it back inside the Paredes. He's just going to take his time. Finds Pellegrini. Looks left to Zalewski. Back to Hermoso. Managed to delay this year too. But it's Frosinone. How'd that go? Frosinone are obviously a small team, a relegation candidate. But the likes of Frosinone and Como and those sort of smaller teams, I mean even Sampdoria technically, because they only just come up again. I always think about, when I'm starting new football manager games, I always think about those kind of clubs. I want to take them from relegation candidates, favourites to go down, try and save them. He's kept at him. Save them from relegation and build them up. But I also don't have a lot of patience either, and I play a lot of short-term games. That's wide from Paredes. So, Tournament of the Champions, nice. Took me 7 years. I think 7 years is good. 5 years to challenge. 5 years to challenge is good. Lost the title on the last day of season 2 years in a row. Jesus. That's just horrible luck. So it is. That's the power of the reputation. I think there's an underlying, and for years and years I've been saying this, there's an underlying thing in Football Manager where your reputation kind of helps to decide games. If you're a smaller club like a Frosinone, then in the first couple of years you're not going to get the results, because that's a nice finish from Paredes. Get on. Because your reputation, you're not as good a quote unquote club as what the other, you might be playing a Juventus or somebody. You'll always lose them games. There's no opportunity in the earlier sort of first or second season, I think, to pull off a shock win like that. But 5 years to be challenging for the title is excellent. Very well done, actually. That's impressive. And then 2 years later, that's unfortunate that you lost it on the last day, 2 years in a row. I'm sorry to hear that. But delighted that you won it. Did you finish it at that point? Was that, when you won the title, was that you sort of mission complete? Did you win any cups during that time as well? I would think too that, right, I've won a league now, I'm in Europe, I'm going to give that a go. I remember doing a game last year with Salzburg, and it was, again, it was one I'd done on a blog. It was sort of a 3-year project I was doing. I won the league too. I won domestically. I dominated for the first 2 seasons. The first season in Europe, I knew was going to be challenging, and my plan was to then build on the first season in Europe. But second season in Europe, I got put out. That's a shocking bit of defending. Second season in Europe, I got put out after I think it went through to the playoff, the round of 16 playoff stage, and got put out, or I might have got into the 16 and got put out. And then the third season, I only got this similar stage, so I didn't really improve in Europe, and I just kind of lost patience, and I thought, move on to something else. But 1-1 with Empoli at halftime is a very frustrating result. I'm not quite at the throwing water bottle stage, but I'm not far off it. I might need to bring Shimaradov in up front. Hermoso's playing alright, and Ndicka's playing alright. Anybody not playing? Everybody's, apart from Dybala up front, but I feel like Dybala hasn't been involved hardly. Nobody else is playing okay or decent. Paredes is playing very well. Let's change this up to go very attacking. But I'm going to have to bring out Pellegrini, Hermoso, and Dybala. So we'll put Dal in here. Pellegrini's struggling. Bring Baldanzi in. Do you know what? I'm going to put Shimaradov in up front instead of Dubik, because I'm not completely convinced by the big Ukrainian. So it wins the ball. Looks for Cristante. He's having a go from distance. It's on target. but the goalkeeper is equal to it. Cristante does love shooting from distance. Oh, 66 minutes. Sule's not playing well. I'm going to have to change him. Right, let me see. Let me see. Salamakers, and you come. Paredes is struggling on fitness. I'm going to bring Kone in there. One sub left. He's struggling. Zalewski. Don't know what to do with you. John, we'll just do this for now. We'll bring in these two, and then we'll let it run for another minute. Just loaded the save. I won 4 leagues, 1 Club World Cup, 2 Champions League, 2 Conference League, and 1 Italian Cup. That's an excellent bit of like history there. I would assume that's probably their most successful run in the history of football. But that's brilliant. Well done. That's really impressive. 2 Champions Leagues. 2 Champions Leagues with frozen only. 4 league titles, 2 Champions Leagues, 1 Club World Cup, 1 Conference League, and 1 Italian Cup. See, I'd be stubborn enough to say, right, I've won a Conference League and I've won a Champions League, now I want a Europa. But then if you're in the Champions League, it's and obviously you can't drop into the Europa, so you have to have a kind of a by the standard you've set, you would have to have a per season to finish in 5th, do then and maybe even 6th, depending on the we call the ranking that I can't remember the name of, coefficient. Do then oh, I have no subs left. Oh, no, I don't. Okay. Yeah, I picked them as they had won basically nothing before, and the save Inter won 6 Italian Cups in a row. Doesn't surprise me, really. And Inter are a little bit of like a Bayern Munich PSG type of club, nearly. Certainly in the game. Can't believe I'm going to draw away Empoli. I'm going to draw like the next 4 games. But no, that's excellent success with Frosinone. That's a penalty. I'm about to lose this game. Oh my god. The 96th minute, 95 plus 50 something seconds. Penalty awarded. Pardon me. Come on, Svilar. Ugh. It's my first defeat of the season now. Because I was just constantly drawing games. I mean, Svilar had already dived before Esposito even struck the ball. That's very frustrating. It's Empoli are a team we should be beating comfortably. Do we throw a water bottle yet? Is it that kind of a situation? Expect to see you all in training. You don't deserve a break. Let's go with that. So yep, 8 league games, 2 Europa League games. So what's that? 10. 1 defeat. First defeat in 10 games. First started FM in 2007. I always used to use Chelsea. Lots of money in the squad. My brother challenged me to use lesser teams. I won everything with Almira and Torino. And saying I prefer building a legacy at a smaller club. I know exactly what you mean. It's, I mean, I'm of an age now where I've been playing what was the old Championship Manager 97, 98 was my first game. When I was in my mid-teens. It's a bit of a giveaway. Um, and my my thing was always, and I've done similar in, I think it was maybe '06 or '07. Chelsea had Damien Duff and Wayne Bridge and a young Aaron Robin and a young John Terry and all these great players. It was really easy to build like a whole legacy with them. I remember playing a Chelsea game that was 8 seasons long, and I was just winning everything constantly. Um, and it was, in fact, it was in, I think it was in '05 or '06. I done my go-to with every new game, every new edition of the game that comes out. My go-to is play with Spurs and play with Roma. That's my first two games because I support both those clubs. Um, and it's only really in the last few years that I've been, I don't know if experimenting is the right way to describe it, but sort of branching out. I always play a Spurs game, always play a Roma game. And then data updates come out in January, the unofficial ones after the transfer window closes. So then it's a new Spurs game and it's a new Roma game. And then the same thing happens in September and it's a short term new Spurs and it's a short term new Roma. Playing the Roma games is in the last sort of 2-3 years, but always with Spurs, always do that. Week 7 Chelsea had Terry, Cole, Carvalho, Ferreira, Cech, Ballack, Essien, Makelele, Thiago, Lampard, Robin, Cole, Drogba, Shevchenko, and they started with 70 million. 70 million! Always by David Villa. Andreas Guardado was a very good player. Actually, I remember him. Rafinha, Marcelo, was then unstoppable. Absolutely unstoppable. Not one bit surprising. Those players were all in their, not even their peak. They were kind of in their ascendancies. We have a new follower there. Gizmo Bob 81, thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate it. Welcome into the stream. I hope you're enjoying it. I hope you're having a nice Friday, ready for the weekends. Hope you have a nice chilled out weekend planned. I'll just give a little bit of a. Are you happy to see Indica score? Always happy to see. I hate that question. We start a new game of Roma, all the database updates and everything. We've disabled the first transfer window. In real life, Roma are just in a horrible situation. They're just becoming a little bit like a United, but without that previous success. We congratulate Evan Dicker. So we're trying to rebuild Roma. No work till Monday, so party time. I hope you have some nice plans for the weekends. I'm the same. Like I work Monday to Friday, 9 to 5, 8 to 4 really. And it's nice just chilling out and even today, like my wife does the same. She would work for different companies, but she works Monday to Friday, 8 to 4. And one of the guys in her work is they're not leaving the job. They're just moving to a different department. So they're moving away from them to a whole new side of the business. And they're out tonight for celebration. So I am playing as much Football Manager as I possibly can. When did Roma last win the title? 2001. I think you're correct. It was. I was going to say it was definitely in Toddy's time. Do you know what's in Football Manager? I'll tell you now. I think 2001. History. Oh, past winners was, yes, 2001. Toddy really just at his best. And ever since then they've always been in and around it. I mean, they won it here in 1982, 83. And they won it way back here in 41, 42. But after that win, yeah, they were always in. They were second several times there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times since then. I bet you 4:30 a.m. to 12. I'm not a morning person. I would get up for that. I would get up at 3:30 or 4 o'clock to start work at 4:30 and work the midday. That's incredible. I like that. That sounds like a nice deal you're sitting on. Somebody's made an offer for Correa. Do we want Correa? Inter released him as a free transfer recently. Um, so then we'll skip on that. So we will. But that's nice. I'm going to guess, and you don't have to answer. I'm going to guess you work in like postman, baker, something along those. Something that requires an early start. I'm assuming it's not like it could be shift work in a factory or something like that as well. Who knows? But you don't have to answer. But that's kind of what I'm guessing at. Um, but no, that sounds nice. I would, and even with my job, like I work in IT, and I would like my job doesn't have to be 8 to 4. Like the things I do and stuff like that, I could do that at any time of the day, and I feel like I want to approach that subject with my bosses and say, well, if I work say like 8 to midday, and then take a few hours off and then work like in the evening for a few hours, maybe would that be suitable? But it's never going to happen. But we can always hope. So where are we at? We're about to play Cagliari, are we? Who are we playing? Cagliari. I feel like I need to do a little bit of a rotation here because we have Lask up next and then Lazio. Hummels is injured, so can't put him in. Enzo Lafay had a 4-month injury. He's now 5 weeks away from returning, which is pleasing to hear. They keep the ball, and I'm gonna give Dovbyk a start and keep the ball. I'm gonna don't really want to drop anything, I'll maybe put you in there. We'll see how we go. So apologies, sorry, just getting a notification on my CCTV. So I've completely forgot already what change I made. We're favorites here. Make sure. Oh yeah, Zaleski for not sure, are we? In real life, Spurs first. I've always supported Spurs. Like I'm 42 years of age now. I've been supporting Spurs since I was about 7 or 8, whenever I first started taking an interest in football. 7 or 8, 9, somewhere between 7 and 9 years of age. And I've always had a loose interest in Italian football. 'Cause I'm of that age where I grew up watching Football Italia on Channel 4 in the 90s. But I never really settled on a team. And I say just in the last sort of year and a half, 2 years, I've just become a Roma fan. The irony, of course, of it being was, oh my word, the manager in charge of Roma was Mourinho. Whenever after him managing Spurs, and then got sacked, and then joined Roma. And I was not as big a fan when he was at Spurs. Can we get it back over? Sule, turn it round. Somebody just put the ball in the net, boys. Come on. Batistuta, Maldini, Grosso, Ferrara, Rui Costa, Montella, Vieira, Vieri. Glorious years. They were. It's one of those things too, with watching like my favorite defender of all time, having never ever seen him play live, will always be Paolo Maldini. I just thought he was incredible. Of some of my mates be big United fans, and they've been to see United v AC Milan in Champions League and things like that, and the things they've told me about just the way Maldini played, he was just that good. Paolo Maldini was just that good. So I'd love to have seen him live, but never got a chance to. There's a nice ball on the Pellegrini. It's a nice header over the goalkeeper. It's going to be flagged offside. Here we go. Yep, he's offside. Ugh. But yeah, as I say, only in the last sort of year and a half, 2 years, I've really settled in with Roma now. I do watch as many other games as I can. I'm actually lucky enough, this season in the Europa League, Spurs and Roma have been drawn against each other, and I have got tickets to go see them in the end of November. So very much looking forward to that. Ball's cleared. Can we pick up this ball? Who's the Sule? Cuts back inside. It's pardon me. He's kind of rattling around there. No real conviction in any finishes. Dave Yuri Mina. Stam, Nesta, Kaladze, Cafu, Juan, Zanetti, Cannavaro brothers. So many elite defenders, and this is, you're exactly right, and this is why Italy has this reputation of being a slower defensive-minded game. It's just because there were so many good defenders came out of Italy. You know, obviously not all of them Italian, but there's so many good defenders in the 90s. I carried into the 2000s as well. A lot of good defenders in the early 2000s, as you mentioned. And then kind of Chiellini and Bonucci were kind of the last of that real kind of old school, just hardened battler defender types. Forgot Materazzi and Samuel as well. Them and Hunter they were. Lucio was another great player. Did Mourinho have Lucio when he was at Inter in 2010 when they won the Champions League? Can't remember now. So it cuts aside. We're absolutely battering Cagliari here for chances, but we're just not being clinical. Look at Dovbek on. With Samuel, yeah, that's what I was thinking. Because Materazzi was always a midfielder who then reverted back to the defence. And I can never remember. Materazzi played in England. I can never remember. Was it Everton or Leeds? He played. I feel like he played for one of those clubs, and there was another player who played for the other one of those two clubs around the same time. That was a good player. Not at that time, but went on to play for an Italian club and had a very good career. I can't remember now who it was. But yeah, the three of them were solid defenders. And they were very much Mourinho's type of defenders as well. It was at Everton 99, that's what it was. There's another player that played for Leeds around the same time, and I feel like he was an Italian midfielder as well. I could be wrong in that. But I think he was kind of a similar type of player. Far from pleased with what I just saw. Sharawi is going to get hooked out. Dovbek is going to get hooked out. Probably going to draw another game. Napadula, that's it midfield, goes back to Palomino. Looks for Yuri Mina. There's a little bit of a solid intercepts there. Solid is carrying another booking. I need to bring in Digger out because he's dropped to 6.3 actually. I put Hermoso in the back. And we scored. Mancini scored. Get on. All this happened when I was watching. When I was trying to make a sub. Let's watch a highlight. Looks like just Angelino whipping on a free kick. Mancini just unmarked. Just the defender just let him go. So that's pleasing. We're off to a good start. El Shaarawy is playing poorly. So I'm going to take him off in a second now. Angelino gets to the byline. Shots blocked by Dovbek. Do you have a favourite Spurs player? Always remember Van der Vaart being a lot of fun to watch. Van der Vaart was just Wesley Sneijder in that era too was an incredible player. Absolutely instrumental for Mourinho. And that was the year that Netherlands got to the final of the World Cup. World Cup in 2010. And it would have been if Netherlands had won that World Cup, Sneijder, I think, would have or should have won the Ballon d'Or because he was instrumental for both Inter and Netherlands, especially in that year. Favorite Spurs player? I have a few. Gareth Bale, obviously. Um, David Ginola, been another one. Jurgen Klinsmann, been another one. I kind of struggle a little bit with Teddy Sheringham, if I'm being honest. I want to like him because he did a lot of good for us, but he also publicly said he was leaving Spurs because he wanted to win trophies. I know players do that now, but in '98, I think it was, he joined United, '98 or '99. Players didn't say this. This wasn't a thing, and it was kind of a little bit of it's really like a backstab kind of move at that time. I put Zaleski in on the wing first. Put Dybala in because Dobik is just not at it. Michael Dawson would be another one. I would say, I mean, Van der Vaart would be a favorite player too. I would imagine I'm one of very few people who would say Roman Pavlyuchenko. I know he seemed like a bit of a joke type of player. Pavlyuchenko actually played really well for us once he sort of found his feet a little bit and became comfortable. Harry Redknapp used to hate putting him on, but he would put him on for the purposes of, or not for the purpose of, but he would put him on because he kind of didn't have a lot of options at one stage. And then Pavlyuchenko just started playing really well and started scoring goals. So Pavlyuchenko would be one of them for me. I'd really like Pavlyuchenko now. Obviously Luka Modric would be another one. I think back to kind of the late '90s, I say like David Ginola, Darren Anderton was another one. Moussa Dembele is probably Moussa Dembele's top three, I have to say. We had to watch all the Wheels qualifiers and the difference he made to our squad was unreal. I remember we were playing Croatia and he made Perisic, Modric, Rakitic, and Brozovic look average. Yeah, Bale, it was just that. And it's funny too because Bale went for so long at Spurs, having never won a game. And I still remember, like, we were going to sell him. Like, we paid nearly 10 million for him, or what would have been 10 million at that time. It wasn't up to 10 million, but I think we didn't end up. But we were going to sell him for like 3 million to like Birmingham. And the only reason he was able to get out of this routine of never winning a game with Spurs was because we were playing against, I think it was Burnley at the time. We were winning 4-0 and there was like 10 minutes left to go. And Harry Redknapp put it, because you can't lose, you're not going to lose 4 goals or 5 goals in the space of 10 minutes. So this was Harry Redknapp's thing to get Bale out of this routine. And even then, he was still a left back, and he would still play, and still start some games at left back, and I still did okay with us. And it was then once we were injured, all our left wingers were unavailable, and he just got his opportunity and just never looked back. But he was too, and he was one of those players that would make the players around him play better as well. And Wales is a perfect example of that. You can look at a lot of Wales players and say, technically speaking, on paper, they may not have been amazing players, but when you put them in a team that had somebody like, Jesus, a bit of a ping pong around here, somebody like Bale who knew how to handle those situations and could encourage and support his teammates and give them the confidence to be better players. Especially it was the Euros in 2016. Wales were incredible. What was it? I'm a big fan of Pogrebniak. I remember him too. Wasn't so much a fan of him. I never really paid a lot of attention to him, if I was being honest. So I don't really know a lot about him. They say whether I was a fan or not, unfortunately. But yeah, there was a little bit of a Russian invasion at the time. There was a number of Russian players coming in. Only a small number, maybe half a dozen or so. Pogrebniak, he was at Reading at one stage too, before Fulham. I feel like he might have been on loan. Alexis Merton, Andrei Arshavin, of course. Pains me to say it, but he was a great player, and especially too at a time when Spurs weren't that good. This is before Redknapp and we had the post. So we were kind of in a bit of a Newcastle position. If you think of modern, the league in modern days, We were at that stage when Arshavin was playing for Arsenal. We were a bit of a Newcastle, and we were kind of on the cusp of Europe and um, on the cusp of maybe being a really good team, but we just never followed it up. And then Arshavin scored 4 goals against Liverpool for fun, you know. Um, Cardiff City fans, so if they watch the better players take your way depression. I feel for you, I do. Um, just the one season in the Premier League. So no, they've had a couple of seasons in the Premier League. They come back up. They were up for that first time, and then did they go down and then come straight back up again? I think. Um, and I'll say this, I know you'll not like whenever I say this. I kind of get them mixed up a little bit with Cardiff, or not Cardiff, sorry, Swansea, because they were up and down a couple of times. I know you'll not appreciate that. My apologies. Um, but yes, I remember Cardiff. And the thing I remember about Cardiff was there was the whole thing about the new chairman changed their kit color. Um, is it blue was the usual kit, and then for the first year in the Premier League, they decided to change it to red because I think it was to do with like the owner's company was like their logo was colored red or something like that. Can't really remember now exactly the reasoning behind it. 13, 14, that sounds about right. 18, 19. Okay. I thought it was more of a sort of like a direct back to back. Maybe not immediately back up, but maybe the second season after that was back up. Um, but no, it was. I remember it now. I remember Cardiff because and one of the reasons why I remember that too is because of Stephen Colker. Um, Cardiff bought him the first time they came up for 8 million, um, off Spurs because he was a player, and especially in football manager games, he was a young player that I liked developing, bringing into the first team eventually, and being a kind of a mainstay player. And then we sold him for 8 million, and it turned out to actually not be a very good player in real life after all, but still made a move to Liverpool a couple of years later. Gary Medel, what a player! Red is a lucky colour in Asian, and our owners are Malaysian. That's right. That's what it was. Gary Medel was he was a special kind of. He went to Inter Milan after that, I think, or AC Milan. I feel like he went to Italy. Can't remember now. What time is it? 6 o'clock. Inter Milan Sevilla. That's what it was. I'm going to have to wrap up in a moment or two actually, because I haven't heard from the wife yet, but she did say for me to give her a ring at around 6:30. So I need to go get some. I need to find out if she's had any dinner. Um, okay. And the wedding photographer's texting me. I'll go. So I'm going to save that. Reese, it's been an absolute pleasure chatting to you. Thank you very much for jumping in. For gate crashing along with Kev and his from his stream with the Raiders and all. Thank you very much. Massively appreciate it. Really do. I've enjoyed talking with you this evening. So thank you very much. We're going to wrap it up there. Let's go and raid somebody who's online. Mad Scientist is online. So let's go raid. Let's go raid. It's been that long. I don't even remember how to do this. Find someone to raid. Right, I'm going to put this on pause a wee second because I don't remember how to read. The mad scientist is streaming, so we're going to go get crash with him. I will be right back before we do that. Okay, we're back. This is very embarrassing. We're going to read the mad scientist. Can't even spell scientist. I hope I've done that right. This is really embarrassing. Well saying, I have not been mad scientist FM. I would need to put that in. The raid has been created. Here we go. We've successfully about to raid somebody. Um, so let's raid now. Thank you very much, everybody. Really appreciate you coming in. Have a good weekend. I'll see you all next week, hopefully. Thank you. Take care.